Welcome back. This is Whitney.
And it's your girl Alicia.
And this is the Luxe Hour Podcast.
Welcome to the Luxe Hour Podcast, where we encourage Black women to elevate into luxury.
Yes. All right. It's a new year.
New us? No.
No, new year, same us. Still getting better and better.
Us.
Fine like wine.
Amen.
We get better with time, growth, and development.
Absolutely.
So, hopefully y'all's holidays have been well. We had Christmas, Thanksgiving. Well, shoot, Thanksgiving was another, but we had Christmas, New Year's Eve. That's a holiday all on its own.
It is. They're two separate holidays.
How was your holiday?
Oh my God, the holidays were great. You know, I got a little sick,
but
I know a lot of people got sick. But the holidays were great. I definitely had an adventure on New Year's, so it was a great weekend. Let's just say it was a great weekend. It involved me breaking my phone. I don't even know what happened, but it was a great weekend. What about yours?
That's what we call starting the year off right. You know what I mean? Set the tone. My holiday was good. Same thing. Omarion came, towed us up. He, my whole family ended up being
What did he do with the foot?
Baby.
He put the foot
Put
down.
that foot down. But tore us up, so I didn't get to go home, didn't get to travel, anything like that. But it was interesting, you know, spending the Christmas alone. It was cozy. It definitely didn't feel like sad or anything, but New Year's was lit. Yeah, and we just a fresh start. New Year's, January
2022.
2022. That's crazy.
And we're like almost halfway through January.
Girl,
we're sorry we took so long, guys. It was things beyond our control.
Yes, and we wanted to make sure that we tightened up so that when we did come back, we could come back right. Like, we want to make sure that the episodes are coming out on a consistent basis, that social media is doing what it needs to do. Like, we got big plans for the year, so thank y'all for sticking in. We just started this, about 6 or 7 months ago now?
Months ago.
That's crazy. And we, shout out to y'all for showing up every week, for listening every week that we put one out.
Consistently.
Staying tapped in on socials, all that good stuff. So we got a lot coming for y'all. Very, very excited.
Yes, and we really appreciate the engagement.
Yeah.
Like, we get you guys' DMs. We see you voting. We see you voicing your opinion, asking your questions, and it definitely doesn't go unnoticed, but it's also helping other women because we have other women that'll reach out to us and let us know, like, hey, I saw that you guys posted this, you know, that was really helpful. So you guys even engaging with us, that helps other women. So
amen. It does. And it helps us to make sure that we putting out the kind of content that y'all like, right? Things that matter to y'all, touching on topics that you want to hear about. So stay tapped in. We appreciate it for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, without further ado, we know what y'all waiting on.
Yes, we do.
We got a line of the week.
Yes,
we are starting to get off with the red.
Yes.
Right? You might as well go deep, go classic, go strong. It's a good tone setter. So without further ado, Alicia, could you pass me the wine of the week, please?
Absolutely.
All right. Oh, it looks like money. It looks like money. So if you cannot see this is Menage a Trois Silk. This is beautiful. The label says, lose yourself in the sensual pleasures of silk. Okay, baby, hold on.
Okay, all right.
Let the erotic fragrance arouse your senses while succulent cherry and ripe raspberry flavors softly caress your palate. Oh,
okay.
wait.
All right.
Okay,
all right
Menage a Trois. This is a soft red blend from California. It is gently pressed and delicately aged. I'm trying to see if I can get a percentage of y'all for y'all. What's on your back? 13.5, a heavy hitter.
Oh my God.
13.5. Okay. Menage a Trois Silk. Experience Menage a Trois Silk, a smooth, seductive red blend that caresses you with every sip. This seamless, lustrous blend of Pinot Noir, Malbec, and Petite Syrah glides gracefully across your palate like silk. It's the lavish, luxurious experience you've been craving. This sounds like the one for us.
It sure does, honey.
We have pre-corked this one because who wasn't trying to be struggling with the cork on camera?
And long story short.
Tell us about the cork. Tell us about the cork. Sis.
All I'll say about the cork is that someone who was clearly a novice thought that I'm not gonna say they were a novice. Okay, I take that back. I'm sorry. Someone thought that they could open the bottle of wine, and clearly I'm not the wine opener. So we were just stuck in a pickle, and we got the cork stuck.
Baby, it looks like a pit bull ate this wine bottle from the top. Like, I don't know if y'all can see this, but it is chewed up.
Yes.
I just don't know how that could have happened, but
it took us like 10 minutes of trial and error. Literally.
That is hilarious.
But in the city of Dallas, or is it that the state of the Texas, literally after 9 o'clock, that is when liquor sales end. So there was no other way that you could get any other wine at that time of night. So you had to make it do what it do.
You ain't got what you got by 9, you ain't getting it, baby.
Yes.
Not in Texas.
Not in the Bible Belt, honey.
All right, you want to hand me a glass?
Absolutely.
All right. So we're going to pour this bad boy up. This is a gorgeous red. It's very deep in color.
It is.
This is yours.
Oh my gosh.
Mooney Long, sis, I want to talk to you about this song, Hours and Hours, that you got.
Honey.
Baby, the assignment, you understood it, valedictorian, okay? You didn't need to be done, okay.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to open this one up, so same as usual, y'all know we're going to open it up. Right off the bat, getting a lot of nut and a lot of dark berry. I can smell that Pinot so strong. Okay, let's see. It's supposed to be a soft red, so let's see. Every bit of that Malbec. I can taste every bit of it. This is... Let's just say they call it a soft red, but that's a delicate soft. It doesn't have a punch, but it hangs with you. Like after you sip it, it really sits in your chest. Like it's a very musky red. It's very woody, very nutty. Try it. See if you like it. It's not sweet at all, so I don't know that you.
Okay. Yeah, you can smell it. Definitely the must that you speak of. Very much so woodsy. Now that is what you call delicate and smooth.
You think it's delicate and smooth?
I didn't feel it sitting as much, but it definitely it makes its presence known. I'll say that. It definitely makes its presence known. Let me try it. Literally, you can literally taste all of the berries. Yeah. You can taste all of the notes. It's a good red,
and it's got
it's not sweet.
It's got a deep color to it.
Yeah, I appreciate.
But you can still look through the glass. Like it's got a real grapefruit tint. Like it's not super deep, which is a good sign that it's a soft red.
But I really enjoy the fact that it is so smooth and it's very delicate. So if you are just looking for a nice, delicate wine for bath time or something of that nature, I think this is a great option.
Yeah.
And even though it does sit, it doesn't give an unsettling feel.
No, it doesn't.
It's very delicate.
Yeah, it's good for a heavy meal. It's good for like a steak dinner. It's good for some type of pasta dinner. Red pasta sauces would be good with this one. So it's good for a heavy, think like a winter, whatever, like a winter meal. If you had like pretty much any winter meal, this wine would work good. All right, y'all.
We know what time it is, guys. It is time for the treat of the week. Treat of the week. So for those of you guys who do not know, our treat of the week is simply what luxury that we indulged in for the week. So Whitney, I'm going to kick it off to you. I know some weeks have passed, but through this holiday season, going into the new year, what is a luxury that you enjoy? One of them, because I'm like, y'all,
At what point does a treat of the week become gluttony? You know what I mean? Like, at what point is it not a treat anymore?
Yeah.
Girl, so I've gotten so much stuff. I mean, probably my favorite purchase, I bought a sewing machine. Like a real, like, heavy duty, big boy, industrial type of, like, sewing machine.
Okay.
It is an investment for the Cedar House, which y'all know is my baby that I am putting a whole lot of time into this year. But it's so that I can start rolling out my home goods line. I want to hand make luxury home goods products, and to do that I need a sewing machine. So that was a treat of the week. I bought some luxury hair extensions, so you can see them in right now.
Give them to us, honey.
So much money for these. It's embarrassing, but I really wanted to invest in high quality hair because all of last year I wore, not all of last year, probably
the last like
4 or 5 months.
June.
No, probably like from June.
Oh,
yeah, from the summer all the way through. Yeah, I wore braids pretty much all of last year, like the second half of last year. Just really trying to like keep my hair in a protective style, not put too much stress on my natural hair. Before the braids, I was wearing my natural hair in like a blunt cut, which was super cute.
So cute.
But it was very hard on my hair. And I was using a shampoo that, in hindsight, is not a good shampoo. So if you are using Garnier Whole Blends, throw it away. So I had to completely redo my hair care routine, all that good stuff. And so I just wanted my hair to have the space to just flourish and prosper and grow without too much razzle dazzle. So the braids gave me the room for that. But then I was like, I miss anything but these braids. And so I wanted to invest in hair that was very natural, very luxury, very high quality, that I could use throughout the cycle of the year. So I don't know if any of y'all women are like me, but like when you map out how much money we spend on like self-care and beauty, like, oh my God, switching. So with my braids, okay, this is kind of a side tangent, but go over here. With my braids, and I kind of encourage all women to do this to see like how much money you're spending on like your beauty routines, because a lot of times that like falls through the cracks. Like it's just routine maintenance, we swiping the card for it. If you like me, it wasn't built into the budget, and so it was just like a constant random expense. But I was getting my braids done every month, faithfully, like every month. And so when it all came down to it, I was spending a little bit over $2,000 a year on my hair, right? To do braids for a whole year. To switch to the luxury extensions and then like sew-in maintenance, micro links, whatever it is you choose to go with, for me, it saved me about $400 a year. So even though initially the hair itself had a hefty price tag, it pays for itself over the long run.
Yeah.
So those are my two favorite treats of the last few weeks, is my sewing machine and my new hair.
And honey, it's fabulous,
it's
honey.
doing what it needs to do. Are y'all here for the beach curl?
We are here,
It's
honey.
really
Show them the length in the back a little bit. I don't know if you can. Okay. It's there.
It's just real elegant, very timeless. I want it to look
Classic.
super natural. Most people think it's my hair. I'm good with it. Like, I love it. So that's my little treats of the week. I know that I had a billion other ones. Child, I bought a shower scrubber that I'm in love with. Like, it's an electric scrubber. I kept seeing it on TikTok. And you can clean anything. You can clean your cabinets, your shower, anything. It's like got a long Swiffer stick. But at the end of the stick, instead of the Swiffer mop head, it's like an electric brush. And they have like 4 or 5 different brush sizes. And it scrubs everything. Like,
we'll have to talk, honey, because I'm tired of cleaning my bathtub.
On Amazon. Invest. Okay?
How much was it?
Girl, it's like $40, $50.
Honey, investment worth
it.
it.
Like
well worth
$50,
it.
literally.
That is well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk.
Well, let's get into your treat.
We will talk. Okay, so I did have a few treats, but I would say the one that I am really, really excited about is that I went ahead and furthered my handbag collection, my designer handbag collection. So, as you guys know, if you've been listening in, so I started off with the Gucci Dionysus, an all black suede Gucci Dionysus. And it had silver hardware, and which everyone knows I am a gold person. This is true. So I didn't want my next handbag to have gold hardware, but I came across this beautiful all black silver hardware YSL. It's the medium cape. And it was just
leather.
Yes, leather. It was
Leather.
It's embossed leather. It was just at such a great price. It was the right time. I knew that I wanted a Louis Vuitton or I wanted a YSL handbag, and I wanted one of their classic handbags to add and further my collection, because at this point I have the shoulder bag, but I wanted an everyday wear for, you know, a more classic everyday wear handbag. So when this YSL came across, you know, when it came down the pipeline, I said, okay, you know what, I have to jump on it. I have to get it. I know that it has the silver hardware, but knowing myself, 9 times out of 10, all of my bags moving forward will be gold hardware.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I reason with it like, okay, this is exactly what I'm looking for. It just is not the color hardware that I want. But 9 times out of 10, all of the other handbags that I'm interested in have gold hardware. So again, if I have a great steal that's available in front of me and it's what I'm looking for the most part, then it makes most sense to go ahead and further that. And then also, so so the medium cape, for you guys who aren't familiar with the bag, go ahead and look it up. It will come right up on Google or on YSL or Saks and Neiman's, whoever you're looking for, Nordstrom. And but what I love about this bag is that you can transition it from a shoulder bag to a crossbody bag. So the chain does that.
Oh.
And so that's what I love. And it's just a matter of, you know, allowing the chain to run all the way through, or just doubling the chain up and pulling, you know, the chain up into 2 strands. So that's how the bag transitions for you.
My bag is not a YSL; it's a TJ Maxx. But I think my bag does.
It probably does. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
it has the
adjustable chain. Yeah, so it has the same. I'm looking at Witt's handbag right over here. So yes, so it has the same type of chain system there. So that's what I loved about the bag, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. It's a great size. And I don't know, something that I'm learning, shout out to Miss Tierra Riley. I'll have to tag her in our Instagram post. But it's an influencer, designer handbag influencer we recently started following. But oh my God, amazing collection. Sis has Birkins, okay? Sis has it all. But I actually watched one of her videos, and in the video, she was just talking about how to build a proper handbag collection, designer handbag collection. And so she suggested that you get a variety of styles. So from totes to top handle bags to shoulder bags. And her reason behind that is that, again, you want to make sure that you have something for every occasion. But also something else that she noted was, take your body shape into consideration and size into consideration when looking at, okay, what size of bag should I get? So, you know, so that's why I opted to get the medium. You know, even though it's a smaller leather good, but still at the same time, the medium is a good size for me because I'm not 120 pounds. You know, so for me, I wanted something heavier to where I wouldn't overpower the bag, but it would be a good size for my body shape.
Come on, overpower the
bag. So same thing with the shoulder bag. So I was really excited about that. So I added that to the collection, and you know, my number one luxury journey is still to become a homeowner in 2022. So I definitely made the purchase being financially sound and aware, and being cognizant of my goals, and making sure that I was able to purchase something that was budget friendly, but also moving forward, I'm just still making sure that I'm staying on target, and I'm staying in a place to where I'm still on track to meet my goals by the allotted timeline that I have. So that was super exciting, and I wasn't expecting to further that collection as quickly as I did, but I am excited, and we're just putting a little pause on building that designer handbag collection for now. But yeah, I'm super excited about that bag. I love it. It's my baby.
She's cute too. She's super cute. And don't underestimate having the black and silver, because I feel you with the gold, because I'm like such a gold person, like through and through. But I was starting to, every now and then, I would have an outfit on where it was like all black or some sort of monochrome. And I'm really big on like diamonds, so y'all know I love like a timeless elegance, and so I'm real big on like diamond studs, diamond necklace. And so when you do that, it's like, oh, I can't wear this gold because most of my diamond has silver casing, you know, and so it's like I can't wear the gold. So when you need a silver bag, that one gonna come in handy because it's gonna be a time where you can't wear that, you can't match up to the metals.
And that's exactly what's happening. So I find myself, even though my jewelry that I have that is, you know, fine jewelry, so like my necklace and then like the rings that I have that are real, or for the most part they're gold, except for one allure bracelet that I have that's gold and it's silver. But I said, you know what, I need to start working on transitioning those pieces. I haven't got into diamonds like with yet, but eventually I do want to get into like white gold and diamonds. Yeah, you know. But I was like, I do have a silver watch and some other silver accessories, so now I can just be more mindful of that, and it'll be easy for me to transition. So that is a good call out too.
Amen.
Yeah,
we love to hear it. Well, that is our treat of the week.
Yes, honey.
So
you ready with
Lord? Y'all, today's episode is brought to you by Ari Fletcher, featuring the Shade Room. So today we're talking about non-sexual turn-ons for women. Okay, something that sparked this thought, right? There is I don't want to call her an Instagram model. I'm pretty sure she does more than Instagram model.
Yeah, she's an entrepreneur now. She started off as like an Instagram model entrepreneur, and then she became a rapper's baby mama. Well, I don't want to say it like that, but you know, that's what happened.
All that. She's all of that, and she was on Instagram. She did a podcast interview, essentially, where she was saying that the guy that she's currently with, sometimes they get into like fallouts or they have like arguments, and she has a tendency to be childish, right? And so she was saying that he kind of checks her on that, and it's like, hey, like, you need to grow up, right? This is not how adults handle issues that they're having, right? And so, of course, the host digs a little deeper, and she's like, okay, so, like, what type of toxic stuff are you doing? Like, you know, like, what type of toxic stuff are you into? So then Ari goes on to say, like, long story short, she likes to make a scene of leaving because whenever her abandonment wound is triggered, and she feels as though she needs to communicate the seriousness with which she
is displeased.
Right? That she just will leave, right? So she said she'll go through scenes, and she'll like book a flight, and she'll be like calling her assistant, like, girl, come book me a flight, blah 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 blah. And
packing her stuff.
She was like, in doing all of this, her goal or her intention is for him to essentially prevent her from going through with it. So she was saying what really sent the girls over the edge. She said, I want my nigga, I'm using her words, not mine. I want my nigga to stand in front of the door
with a gun,
with his gun if he have to. And so I could be like, dang, you gonna bring the gun out? You know what I'm saying? You mean it like that? Essentially proving to her that he does not want her to leave, right? By any means necessary. Is this incredibly toxic? Yes. Was that the premise of the conversation? Yes, right? And so we aren't speaking on this because we encourage transparency and openness. And if the lady asked her what toxic habits she has, she was literally explaining that he tells her that she need to grow up because she does these things which are obviously not healthy.
Absolutely.
But it brought up the bigger question of like, Ari is not the only woman with toxic turn-ons, right? And not only just toxic turn-ons, but turn-ons that are non-sexual in nature, right? So we just started to think like, what other turn-ons do women have, right?
Absolutely.
Like, what other types of things really kind of pique a woman's interest, get a woman going? And so we want to just talk through some of those. We want to talk through non-sexual turn-ons for women today.
And because it looks different for every woman. It does. But I think that a lot of us, we have a few things that would be like more of those general consensus items. So like one of them being, for me, what I would say is, and I remember one time a guy caught me recently. He caught me. But what it was, so he's
Wait, is this a okay, so we got
Okay.
3 categories.
Okay.
Toxic turn-ons, romantic turn-ons, and quirky turn-ons. So is this a toxic, romantic, or quirky? I'm gonna start with
It's not toxic for sure. I think that it's I think it's a quirky turn on. I think for
Quirky?
me,
Okay.
yeah, it's a quirky turn on.
Okay.
So are we just going by category then?
Finish your story. We invested in
Okay.
it.
So I don't want to give his job title away, but of some sorts, he manages a crazy amount of people. So he manages a huge region. Let's say the whole South and the Southeastern part of the U.S. So what was a turn on for me was whenever we would be on FaceTime. It would have to happen on FaceTime. Okay. It was a different vibe on FaceTime. It would have to be on FaceTime. But when I saw him like really handling his business and handling a conversation and articulating so well and delegating tasks and facilitating business that needs to be done and hiring and conducting interviews. It just, I don't know.
Something about the vibe. That's that man in uniform effect.
It was, it definitely was. And he was very articulate. So it was just like, and I loved how he would just always really just dominate the conversation and take control of it, but not in a toxic way.
Yeah.
So it wasn't in a way like, roar, beat on my chest, because he was a big guy, very tall, all of that. But he would just say, he would listen, he would let them talk. Okay, so let me stop you right there. And then he would just like dive in, but he would do it ever so eloquently and politically correct. So it was just, for me, that was just like a quirky, turn on that I have. And that's like my biggest one.
Yeah.
Because
sometimes we don't even know what turn-ons we have until we see them in action. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes we don't even know that a thing is what stirs us up until it happens, and then you're like,
oh my.
So, no, that's real. Like, that's real. What about toxic turn-ons? What's your inner
Honey, you gotta give a quirky turn-on.
A quirky? Okay,
yes.
Let me think. Okay. I have so many quirky because I'm attracted to quirky.
We can name a couple because we have time, honey.
Yeah, we do have time. I'm trying to think what's one that's like quirky. I love, we kind of talked about this, but I love glasses. Okay. It's so quirky. It's so random. But you know how, like, back in the day, they used to say if a man if he got earrings, like, they give him an extra 2 points. You know what I'm saying? He put the earrings on, look a little fine. Yep. That's what glasses do for me. And I think it's because one of my quirky turn-ons is just men who know something very well. I love hearing the man that I like talk about something that he's just passionate about. Yes. Men just start geeking out. And they just it could be video games. It could be like
turtles.
Sports. I don't even know sports. There's something about seeing him in his like element over something passionate or quirky. It's just like, wow. Like, for real. I don't know what it is, but I love seeing men like in their element. But I especially love when they have like that nerdy twist to them and they like, and they want to tell you about it. Like, I love when men want to tell you about it.
I think it's also because it's low key the foundation in that is intimacy, because it has to be a level of authenticity exists at the foundation, and it's like they feel comfortable expressing like the innermost parts of themselves that in the dating world is seen as a turn off, to be nerdy for a man. But I'm in 100% agreement with you. I love it.
I love to see him
geek out. Nerd.
So what about? What you think we should talk through next? Toxic or romantic?
Let's leave toxic for last.
Toxic for last. Okay, so romantic turn-ons.
Whew. I would say a romantic turn-on is when a man remembers the smallest detail.
Oh, that is
true. It like literally the smallest detail. It doesn't have to be anything grand, but it was you remembered in a conversation that I said that I love I would love to have, you know, a day at the beach, and this is what I would love for that day at the beach to look like. That would be the most perfect day. It just like the smallest detail within that story, like, oh, I remember you saying that you wanted to be on the, you know, you wanted to watch the sunset at Venice Beach. So I booked us a trip to, I don't know, California. And we're gonna randomly go or something like that, you know. But it would just, it's not the fact that we're going to California, but it's the fact that you remember that I once told you that I wanted to watch a sunset on Venice Beach.
Yeah.
And so for me, that just does it because it just shows an extreme amount of consideration, and it shows that you're listening. And I get it. I love to talk. So, I mean, any guy that I'm dealing with, he has to understand that Alicia loves to talk, but I do talk with purpose. But I love to talk, but I want to know that you're listening. And I want to know that you care enough to not only listen, but to apply something that I'm telling you that I desire, that I want, or that I'm interested in.
Yeah, because that's important. You want to know that he's like, it's like actionable listening. Like you listening, but so that you can take action. You know what I mean? Like that's real. I guess it kind of goes hand in hand with that, but I love a good surprise. Like I love the romantic turn on for me is a man who like wants to have experiences with me, and not even just like, oh, let's, like you said, book a flight or let's go to this expensive restaurant. But like, I want a man who's like, okay, I'm gonna go get another tattoo. I want you to go with me, right? Or like, hey, get dressed. I'm not telling you where we're about to go, right? Like, I like an experience. I like to know that he just want to experience things with me, right? Like I love a good surprise. Like nothing really. I like a man who's just spontaneous. Like, what you doing? Nothing. Okay, I'm on my way. Where are you going? Just be dressed. Like, you know. And I think all women like that, but I love the surprise. Like I love the spontaneity. I love just knowing that like that he wants to experience life with me. You know what I mean? Like that he considers me. It's a turn on to know that, it's a turn on that to know that a man considers me, because a lot of times men can like women for arm candy, right? Or they can like you because you play the role well, or because you are quiet and submissive and pretty, like, but I want a man that just like being with me, you know what I mean? Because I don't know, I just think it's romantic, a man that want to spend time, that wants to spend his time with you, because men, they have to build that in, but they don't, if you think about it, they don't really do that for their homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Like when people that they want to spend time with, football games, they don't really have to build it in. They build everything around it. You know? So that's probably a romantic turn on for me. And I love gifts. Like I never thought that was like one of my love languages.
Yeah.
But I like, because I didn't realize that I loved in gifts. So like one of my love languages is like, oh, I can pick this up for them, or like, if you're at the store and just see something that you know they'll like, right? Like, and I didn't really consider that gifts, but it is.
It is, guys.
But I like that too. I just think it's romantic to know that he's like literally thinking about me, you know? Yeah. So that was probably my romantic ones that are non-sexual. Music is also one for me. Like music is very much so. He sends you a song, honey. If he send me a song, a meaningful song. Send me some lyrics. If we have a song, like slow dancing together, like listening to music together. If we could sit in silence and vibe, if we could share a playlist, like that's a whole other vibe. Yeah.
It definitely is, because I think it goes back to the foundation of friendship, the foundation of I genuinely like you as a person. I don't just like how you look or what you can present for me or how quiet you can be, but I genuinely want to know what's on the inside of you, and I want to experience that with you. And it's like, I agree. Well, I've always known I like gifts, but it was like, to me, when you have a combo of that and you remembered something that I said. I remember last year. But anyway. Someone that I was dating, I remember I had told them one time, I was like, yeah, we were talking about different fragrances and perfumes that we like. And I had just told them, I was like, yeah, I had smelled this on my way. I was getting prepared for a trip to go to LA. And I was like, I smelled this perfume. Oh my God, it was amazing at the store. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely on my list, you know, of like some perfume I want to, you know, I'm probably going to eventually get. I just have so much perfume, you know, I don't really need it, but this is the one I want.
Right.
I literally thought nothing of it. Not saying that I'm not expecting guys guys to do nice things for me or buy me gifts because I do. But literally, it was in the beginning of us, you know, really getting to know each other, building with each other. But literally, so we go on our next date. I'm thinking everything's fine, whatever. So he takes us out. We go to the movies. We go get food. And he's like, I got something for you. And like, boom, there goes the nice size bottle of perfume. And I was like, oh my. And to me, it was like, and again, it was something, yes. Could I have bought it for myself? Yes. You know, and was it, you know, I mean, you know, 100 or something bucks, you know, so it wasn't like he was hurting for money, but it was the thought. It was the thought. The fact that, okay, well, you didn't have to spend that amount on me, but you didn't have to listen to me and then go take action on it either. You know, and you didn't have to go out of your way to make that happen and to surprise me and to just make me feel good. And it was like, literally, it's the fact, I think that it's also the fact that, I mean, yeah, we all do things for each other because, yes, we want something in return in a, you know, in a grand sense. But I think that a person who just genuinely does it because they know that you want it, on top of, yes, we all want something from each other in one way or the other. Whether it's marriage or whether it's sex, you know, let's be honest. But it's the fact that you took the time out. And so I think it's the surprise element and it's just the consideration piece.
Yeah, I love it. You know something else? Look, I like when men order for me, like at the restaurant. I don't know what that is.
It's the fact that it's an alpha. It's a classic alpha move.
I love my man a little bossy, and I like my man who boss around. Man, I like my man a little bossy, and I always something about like sarcasm and dry humor.
Honey, you do like
I don't know
dry humor. You do like a good dry humor, honey.
I do, which means that most of the time, I like my men a little spicy. I like him with a little sprinkle of a-hole. I do.
But what, in a lot of cases, alpha men are though.
Yeah.
You know, because they understand that as an alpha man, I'm the, you know, creme de la creme.
Yeah.
I'm at the top of the hierarchy.
But for me, in order for that to be valid, and y'all can say what y'all want to say about it, you better be better than me. And you better be better than whoever it is that you, because it has to be backed up. Like, it can't just be like inflated.
Ego.
It has to truly
it can't be
like
inflated ego.
I genuinely know that I'm the smartest one at this table. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it has to be genuine. And it doesn't even, it could be in anything. Like, I just, it's that confidence. Like, I like my man with a little bit of.
You should have some pride. You should have some ego. But the thing is, can you back it
that's
up?
That's probably my toxic.
You know,
I know I know.
Transition, honey. Transition, because y'all look at me. We're going here together.
I know that this is toxic. But that ego, I love the male ego. I don't know what it is, but for most women, the bane of their existence in marriage is stroking ego. But I love the male ego. I love my man with some ego to him. I love to boost my man. I love to stroke his ego, make him even more of a monster. I know that's probably something, but I do.
I mean, because but let's be real here. Then again, you can say that for us as women who are truly feminine in nature, again, we're going to be attracted to our opposite. We're going to be attracted to a masculine man. We're going to be attracted to a true alpha male, but also looking at it, because again, we hate to put labels on it, Jesus, because it is subjective, some of these things, but as far as like what's top quality, what's not, the levels, we want to get into all that, but we'll just say, you know, as women who, you know, are intelligent, women who have, you know, different things to bring to the table that would be desirable to those type of men, you know, it's, of course, for us, it is extremely attractive to have a man who knows that, okay, you are who you are, but I'm still the man, and I still run this show, and I still am the head of this household, and I'm still am the one who's gonna provide for and protect you. Yeah, I'm still that man. It's just something about it's security. That's what it is. it's security. It is a little toxic security, but it's security.
Yeah, and for me, it's a little bit comfort too, because I'm such an old school woman, like in every sense of the word. Like, I think femininity can be modern, it can be new, whatever. But I'm like a very Betty White
traditional
chick. Yeah, and so I like my men to be rough around the edges. I like them to be like manly men, like
do things with your hands, not to build some
well,
stuff.
yeah, that, and but I mean that comes with them having egos. Like when you think about farmers, or you think about like men who like manly men,
construction workers,
they don't dress very well. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of times women be like, this would be random or quirky, but a lot of times women be like, I keep seeing this TikTok and it's like, Lord, if the man you send me don't have no drip, I want you to send him back. But like, I personally prefer a man that can't dress. Because to me that shows he got that roughness that I'm looking for. Men that dress too well, I just be feeling like we're not compatible.
I'm on both.
Not me.
I'm a fashion.
I want a man I can shop for. I want a man that I know I dress my baby. We going out, I dressed us. Because I don't know, I just like that. I said it to say because I like it because I'm so traditional. I don't just like traditional men in the sense of like the duties that he does, but I like him rough around the edges. I like him can't really dress that well. You know, don't really know how to work their phone. You know, like, I don't like
talk to my wife.
Not big on social media. Yeah,
I live for that moment.
Man,
I live for that moment.
That's me all day.
Oh my God,
that's me. I say all the time. I can easily see myself. Baby, the right farmer rolling off a pickup truck coming from Colleen, Texas, and I'm gonna be rolling right back on the back of that truck.
This is Mrs. Such and Such.
Hello.
Yes. How can I help you?
Thank you for calling the Blank House.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Yes.
But yeah, so that's my little.
This your little toxic
I guess that is toxic because you know they call it toxic masculinity, but I think it's traditional.
It's just right. I
don't want to say that there's not toxic masculinity out there, but I'm just saying that you know.
I get it, because I think for me, when I think of toxic masculinity, I think of the men who feel like they have to have a plethora of women in order to, you know, solidify themselves as a desirable man, you know, or something like that. To me, that's more along the lines of toxic, you know, masculinity. But when we're talking about, again, I wouldn't say I'm 100% traditional, but I'm like 85% a traditional woman. So it's like, you know, I desire more of that traditional man, which to me is healthy masculinity, you know, in those senses. So I get what you're saying. I would say as far as toxic masculinity, again, I like a man who looks good and knows he looks good. I do. And here's the thing, and not to say that every single man that I've dated has just been drop dead gorgeous. Yeah. But for the most part, when I look back on the men that I have dated and really had, you know, more solid relationships with, there are men that I was very attracted to, and the attraction was extremely mutual. But again, and a lot of times that does come with a man who knows he looks good, which comes with a plethora of other things. Yeah. But again, so I like my man well dressed, well groomed, well taken care of. I want them to know that they smell good, they look good, their skin is soft, their beard is, you know, moisturized, like the lining is crisp. Opposite. Like I love men like that. But here's the kicker. I need you not to fix my tire. I need you to put furniture together. I need you to be able to do whatever needs to be done around the home. I need you to fulfill all of those traditional masculine roles. But at the same time, I would say the toxic side of it is I can go for that alpha man that again, that likes to dress, you know, that likes to keep himself up, you know. So, but I'm extremely attracted to it and turned on by that. You know, the fact that they're so well kept in spite of being so masculine and so, and they can get their hands dirty and they can work with their hands, but also at the same time that they can clean it up. Honey. Yeah. Honey. Oh, hey. Yeah. Tajay say that all the time. You know, she like her being polished, baby. Yes, honey. Tajay like your fingernails are dirty. Polished, honey. Honey, if your fingernails are dirty, Tajay will know. Okay. Baby.
That's so funny because I'm like literally the exact opposite. I do not like my man to know he cute.
I know.
I don't like. I be like,
I like a good looking. I love me a good looking man. You know, but that's not to say that you have to be, you know, creme de la creme. I mean, you know, fashion model ready.
That's what you like.
I mean, I will say the guys who are like some of my best experiences in dating's boyfriend, it's always been with somebody who's really attractive.
Yeah.
So I mean, and they know they look good, you know, and the world know it too, and they, you know, I don't know. It's just something about like just seeing that it's just a different wave that they ride. It's just a different sauce, a different confidence, a different arrogant. Like I like my man a little arrogant. You know, I do. I need you to be a little arrogant. I need you to be nice. I need you to be, you know, diplomatic and be nice to me. I personally don't care if you're nice to me. I want you to have a good character, but I just need you to be nice to me. You know, I'm not one of those people, oh my God, how dare, like, why didn't you hold the door for that woman? Be a gentleman, but be a gentleman to me and mine and ours. You know what I mean? So I'm that type of woman, and not in a jealous sense, but just saying in a sense of where I don't require my man to.
That probably come from where we like y'all know we born and raised in St. Louis,
yeah.
And so the men they aren't friendly. Like one of the biggest adjustments that I had, baby. That's what I was gonna say. It's probably a toxic turn off for me.
Sounds bad.
I don't like my men friendly. Like I don't like men that be all in everybody's face. They need a whole bunch of
men or women. Being in a bunch of other men or women's face.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I like what for what. Why? And again, I think it's like you said, it's where we come from and just the culture there, because the culture and the mindset and philosophy behind it is, well, I'm not dating her. I'm dating you. My attention, my focus, my effort, and my energy is on you. I want you to feel like you're the only girl in the world. These other women, they don't matter, and I'm going to show you that they don't matter because my attention is on you. I'm going to hold the door for you. Yeah. I'm going to make sure that I pull out, your seat, open your car door. I'm going to make sure that you're okay. I'm going to make sure I speak to you and you're comfortable to function. I don't need to be in everyone else's face. Like that's so to me, when I say a friendly man, I'm not saying that I want him to be rude to others, but I'm just saying I don't need him, being a chatty box or up in other, people's faces, men or women. To me, it just screams like I need validation, I need attention, and my woman is not enough. And I don't agree.
Yeah, I feel that for real. I feel that. One physical one that do get me, I love me a big man. Oh my God. Y'all.
The instructor at the gun range.
Men, listen, we got a few. If you got a big fine friend, because babe, I love me a man with size. You know what I'm saying? Like and I don't mean big like 6'2" tall, big. I
like husky.
Baby, I like my men in a 2X. Okay? I'm just keeping it a bug. I like my men in a 2 to 3X. Like it's something about the physical size difference that I just love.
That you love and adore.
Yes, girl. So that's probably a physical one. So and I think we all have physical like traits that pull us in. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah, do.
Oh, can we speak on that?
Okay. What you got?
I'm gonna need you to be 6 foot to apply, okay? I am 5'3", and I'll be daggone if my son comes out and is 5'7", and he looking at me like, Mama, why you ain't choose taller? No, but that's one minor thing. Yeah. But I think just naturally, a lot of height runs in my family, at least on my mom's side with the men, and I'm into sports. I'm really heavy into sports, so naturally I do attract and naturally I just do attract like ex-athletes, guys who have played or guys who are taller. But I love the height difference because I'm 5'3", and I've always, low-key I have like a little short person syndrome. So I like the height difference, and it's like, oh, babe, can you get that off the shelf? Can you instead of getting my ladder?
Because one thing we love is to be treated like a princess.
Yes. Okay. Yes, indeed.
We need that. Consistently.
Yes. So preferably about 6'5", and believe it or not, the Lord will do it for you. Yes, He will. He's done it for me plenty of times, and He can do it for you too. You ask and it shall be given, pressed down, shaken together, and run it over. So you better ask for what you want. But that's a want. It's not an absolute must-have, but it's you better have everything else on my list. You ain't 6 foot. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done.
We all got our list, baby.
I'm done.
I don't know, but there you got it. I mean, we all have, as women and as men, like, we don't talk enough about, like, it's okay for people to have preferences and turn-ons, and ones that you don't agree with. You know what I mean? Like, people come from different backgrounds. People culturally come from different spaces. Every single relationship is 100% unique in its own right.
Yeah.
And so people do what works for them. Like, it's a compatibility thing. It's a partnership thing. Like, it's a chemistry thing. And we just here to say, don't let nobody shame you about your turn-ons. If they aren't unhealthy for you, one could argue that physically pulling a gun out is unhealthy. But if they're not unhealthy for you, tell them folks to mind their business.
This is true.
Because we all got them. And you got to be honest about them so you can really find your match. You know what I mean? Like, so many people are in disharmonious relationships. Yeah, because they're not actually, their turn-ons aren't actually compatible. You know what I mean? Like, their desires are different, sex drives are different, everything. And they just, y'all might like each other, but the love ain't enough, as we're going to get into.
It's not, because the real, and somebody said this, was it you? I'm not sure who said this, but I was having a conversation. It was either you or Tajay. But I was having a conversation about, when you're physically attracted, really, really physically attracted to your partner, it's more difficult to stay upset at them for an extended period of time, because you might think they're so cute, and that seems minute, but you have to think about, again, because the trick with relationships is not getting together, it's staying together. So realistically, what really matters to you?
That's an interesting point.
Are you just having, and not saying that you're going to get your dream, I would say not that you're going to get what you desire physically, all of it, within a mate, but maybe it's just those one or two things that, will really help, push you over the edge and help you to stay in that relationship. Because love, I personally feel it's a choice. That's another conversation, but that, to me, it helps you to stay true to that choice. It helps.
Amen. On that note, that's it. That's all. This has been the Luxe Hour.
It has.
This has been the Luxe Hour. We all got turn-ons. Turn-ons. How many of us have them? All y'all. But I mean, I think a lot of times we get so deep in this cancel culture thing that we forget that at the end of the day, baby, the Bible said a marriage bed is undefiled. So, granted, most of us ain't married, but I say this to say, your relationship is yours, and the things that work for y'all work for y'all. We don't know in what way she's patient with him. She was vulnerable in sharing this one way that she's toxic, but I'm sure if he sat down, he would give us a host of reasons to cancel him, or whatever the case may be. So, and I think if we're all honest, like, anybody that's been in long-term relationships understand just how much goes into, like, I'm gonna stick beside him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said it was perfect. But first part in healing is acknowledgement. So at least you know it was toxic.
Oh, honey, yes.
But this has been the Luxe Hour. Did you have something else?
With that said, I feel like we got everything on our chest on that one. So I'm good to close out.
Well, next week we're going to get into choosing wrong.
Honey.
In light of this current topic.
Yes.
Because,
perfect segue.
Yeah, because these turn-ons, as acceptable or normal as they may be, they often lead us to choose wrong.
Correct.
And when you choose wrong, baby, you got to pay the piper.
There are consequences for your choices.
What's that TikTok to say? Oh, look, if it isn't the consequences of my own decisions, like, that's where these will get you. So we're going to get into that next week. So make sure y'all come back and tap into the Luxe Hour podcast.
Yes. We will see you guys next week, or see you Luxe ladies next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.